Okay, we're on page 2 of Module 7, Quiz 2. So we're looking at the two equations that we found from Part A and Part B above, and it wants to know where do they intersect. So does everybody understand that just means solve the system, find the point of intersection. So on the other side, we had two equations that were in standard form, ax plus by equals c, and we used addition method. But on this page, we have two equations that are solved for y. So remember this from the packet? Y equals y, because finding the point of intersection is just solving by using the substitution method or the addition method. When they're in standard form, ax plus by equals c, addition method is easier. When they're solved for y, one or both, or solve for x, we use substitution. So in place of this y, we're going to have 2/3 x plus 0. In place of this y, we're going to plug in negative 2x minus 8. And I love this problem because it kind of uses stuff from chapter 5. And since the final's coming up, it's kind of nice to think about 5. So back in chapter 5, we're like, no, I don't want a fraction in my equation. That makes it too confusing. So we look down the line, look at all the denominators. This denominator's 3, this one's 1, this one's 1, this one's 1. So the common denominator's 3. So we learned in chapter 5 that you can multiply every single term by 3, and that removes all your fractions. Then you can just work with whole numbers. So there's two ways to look at this. You can say 6 divided by 3 is 2x, or you can go ding. That's what I prefer. A little cleaner, but it doesn't matter. So fraction free on the first term, multiplying by 3 eliminated that fraction, so we get 2x plus 0 times 3 is still 0 equals negative 2 times 3 is negative 6x, negative 8 times 3, negative 24. So now look at that nice, simple equation we have to solve. No fractions. We don't have to pick up our calculator, just clean and easy. So that was one of the big concepts we learned in Module 5. So to solve an equation, we have to get all of our x's over to the left. So I did the opposite to move this x over. And that leaves me with 8x plus 0, which is just 8x, right? So we can really ignore that 0, equals negative 24. So divide by 8, x equals negative 3. So find the point of intersection. Is that a point? No. It's only half of a point, so put it in the x slot. And remember how I said if you plug it into both equations, then you've just done your check and you don't have to check later. So let's write it out for both equations and check it. So we're going to put negative 3 here and negative 3 here. So y equals 2/3 times negative 3, plus 0. So what does that give us? And then for the other one, we're going to do y equals negative 2 times negative 3 minus 8. So this is 6 minus 8. This is going to give us negative 2. We can do that one in our head, and we can really do this one in our head too, right? 3's cancel, so 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So look at that. Y equals negative 2. Y equals negative 2. That tells us we did the problem right, because we got the same answer when we plugged negative 3 in for x. If you got different answers, that means you did not find the right x, but I got the same answer for both. So I can walk away and go, yes, I got this one right. I checked it. And that would be the point where my two lines intersect, which is also called solve the system. There you have it. That's it. That's a little bit of everything that's going to be on your Module 7 test. So really good to study those quizzes and study your 2 quizzes from Alex too. That's how I made the Module 7 test. I put problems from Quiz 1, problems from the Alex Quiz 2, and then I added in 4 substitution and so 4 problems like this where you had to use addition method or substitution method. So quiz 1 in Alex, quiz 2 in Alex, and then studying the last problem on page 1 and the last problem on page 2 of this. That's everything that's on your test. Okay. And on your final exam review, there is a final exam review I made in Alex under assignments, and it is almost identical to your Alex final exam. So you want to make sure and do that final exam review in Alex after you take this test. And I'll send out an email about that too. Okay, this is goodbye. See you guys. Have a great summer. Bye.